Hi first graders, I'm glad you're here for science today. We've been talking about the behavior of light, and normally these things that we're doing would be stations at school, but we're doing the best we can here. So I'm going to show you each station by itself underneath the camera. I'm going to show you how to enter your responses into the Seesaw documents, and there's going to be a little bit of camera movement around here. Devin is helping me today. I have two cameras and I have to have the other one in another position, so bear with me as we move things around and I do the best I can to show you some cool stuff with light. Okay, so here we go. So this is what we'll be filling out today. And it's kind of dark on purpose because I want to show you a few things about how light works. So what I have today, and you can get these things for yourself if you want to try and follow along, but what I have today is I have some wax paper here. I have some plastic wrap, and I have some construction paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shine the light through each one of these things, and I want you to think if the material lets the light pass all the way through, which would be transparent, if the light passes part of the way through, which would be translucent, or if the light doesn't pass through at all, and that would be opaque. So here we go. So first we'll start with the wax paper. So I've got my flashlight here and it's just shining around. So if I shine it through the wax paper onto, so this is with nothing and this is with the wax paper, is this transparent, translucent, or opaque? Okay. The second one I'm going to show you is the construction paper. So let's see if the light passes through the construction paper. Does the light pass through the construction paper or not? Is it transparent, translucent, or opaque? Let's do the last one. The last one is plastic wrap. Does the light shine through the plastic wrap? Is the plastic wrap transparent, translucent, or opaque? Let's switch back to our slide. Okay, on this one here, kids, what you're going to do is you're going to drop and drag the picture of the item into the column it belongs in. If it belongs in the transparent column, if the light shines all the way through, drag it to here. If the light shines some of the way through, if it's translucent, drag it to here. If the light does not go through it at all, it is opaque, drag it to here. All right, let's look at our next station. Oh no. Let's see. All right, so for this station, I have a smiley face card. I have a piece of foil. I have a spoon, an eraser, and a mirror. And then I have this paper plate which came from Coleman's birthday one year, and I'm going to use the back of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can see the smiley face in each of the materials. So the first one we're going to look at is the mirror. Let's see if I can make this up here. Can you see the smiley face? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then the material is reflective. If the answer is no, then the material is opaque. Let's try another one. We're going to try this paper plate. Do you think that this will reflect the smiley face? Let's find out. Can you see the smiley face reflecting in the plate? Well, we'll try the other side. Can you see it? If you don't see the smiley face, then the material is opaque. If you do see the smiley face, the material is reflective. Let's try another one. How about this spoon? Let's see. Can you see the smiley face in the spoon? If you can, the material is reflective. If you cannot, the material is opaque. Let's try one more. How about this eraser? What do you think? Does the eraser reflect the smiley face? Last one, a piece of foil. Now I have made this piece of foil pretty smooth on one side. So let's see, what's your prediction? Do you think that this material, the foil, will be opaque or reflective? Let's find out. Hard to say. All right, let's go to the slide that you'll be using. On this one, you're going to drag and drop the items where they belong. If you think that the material was reflective, you'll drop it into this box. If you think that the material was opaque or non-reflective, you'll drag it into this box. Next, you'll want to come down here and double click to type any answers that you might want to put in here. If you have an iPad or other device, you could also use your finger or a stylus to write in this box by clicking the pencil. If you would rather do a voice recording, you can come over here and click the microphone to do a voice recording. Let's do one last thing here. Now give me just a moment while I fix the camera so that we can see what we need to look at. Okay, this is my back door, and it is upside down, which I will now change. There we go. This is my back door. I've taped some paper to it, and as you can see, my boys' chores are showing through underneath, so that's what their chores are. But what we're actually looking at today is what happens when you are near or far away from a light source. And the sun is shining through the backside, which might make this a little bit difficult, but we're going to give it a try anyway. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be standing kind of far away from my window. And I'm going to place my hand in front of a flashlight. Now, Devin is going to be writing, oops, I have the flashlight wrong, there we go. Devin is going to be drawing my hand and tracing it and labeling it. So the first color he's using is purple, and Devin is tracing my hand. He's doing his best. He's just like in classroom, it doesn't have to be totally perfect. We just need to get an idea. So while he's tracing my hand, think about how my hand is kind of far away from the wall and closer to the light source, and he's labeling it 1. Awesome. Now I'm going to move my hand farther from the light source and closer to my door. He's going to use green to trace my hand again. Notice what's happening when my hand gets farther from the light source but closer to the paper. I'm going to do one more position. Predict what will happen when I move my hand closer again to the door and farther again from the light source. Okay, first graders, I want you to take a look at what you see here. I know it's a little bit difficult to see, but I hope that you can see that when I was closer to the light source and farther from the paper, my shadow was the biggest. And when I was closer to the paper and farther from the light source, my hand was smaller. Now we're going to go to the next slide that you'll be looking at. Okay, so you're going to use one of these tools on the bottom to draw a picture about what you saw in the video. Use a different color for each position. After you click the pencil or pen, then come over here and click a color. I'm going to choose purple. Then move back to the box and draw what you saw. Does your drawing have to be perfect? Nope, it does not. If you make a mistake, come back here to the arrow and erase it. Double click in the boxes to type a response, or if you're on an iPad or other device, you could use your finger to draw instead. If you'd rather, you can enter a voice response by clicking this microphone. Okay, first graders, thanks for getting through all of that with me. I hope that you have found some really cool things about light and how it behaves. If you decide that you want to do some of these exercises, make sure to ask a grown-up before you use the flashlights and get into the silverware drawer. And if you have any questions, please ask me. I look forward to seeing what you have discovered. I'll see you again, first graders.